If you haven't heard yet, our Growth Report 1 Economic and Community Development Edition is out, and we are joined by Rick Stockburger, the CEO of Brite Energy Innovators in Warren. We spoke with Stockburger in one of the feature stories for our Growth Report, and we are going to continue that conversation today. Rick, thank you for being here.
Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for being a friend.
What? You're welcome, buddy. You know, if you threw a party,
I had to Betty White it.
Invited everyone you knew.
I had to Betty White it.
So, Rick, a lot going on, particularly with the electric vehicle supply chain. Could you tell us a little bit about what you're seeing and what some of the potential for the future could be?
Yeah, well, I want to start with ICE stands for internal combustion engine. I know that's a follow-up from last time. But yeah, so the EV supply chain, most electric vehicles are based on the battery. So that's kind of the core technology that moves electric vehicles forward, like quite literally. So there's obviously a motor that's built off of that. But what we're looking at when we're talking about EV supply chain is really the lithium-ion battery supply chain. BrightOhio and others did a really great report on just about 90 to 95% of that supply chain is in Eastern Asia, so Southeast, Northeast Asia, and those types of countries. And so what is really, really important, I think, to the United States and specifically to the Mahoning Valley is how we Americanize that supply chain in a meaningful way. We know electric vehicles are coming. I mean, Ford, Chrysler, every major automaker has said, like, we're going to have 25 models by 2023 or 2035, or we're not going to have ICE vehicles anymore by 2050. Like, we're just not going to build them anymore. And so when you look at that and you look at the future of the region, we've always been an automotive powerhouse. And so if you look at both our history and our future, and you look at Ultium that is set up shop there, Foxconn and that partnership, but also Aptiv has a research and development center here that's focused on electric vehicle charging.
Who is that?
Aptiv. So they're a very large company. It's one of the top wiring harness companies in the world.
Okay.
They actually purchased the assets that were left from Delphi.
Okay.
So Aptiv has a research center in Warren as well. Tata or Thomas Steel is producing casings for batteries. So it's not like this is a brand new thing to us. We've always been involved in it. And so we really want to be able to put our stake in the ground as being a part of the future of it as well.
So are there any problems now? Like you said, a lot of
Never.
Sure. Good. And that's all today.
Everything is perfect. Everything is fine.
Well, as you said, a lot of this originates in Asia. They have a lot of the minerals that go into a lot of these components, a lot of the batteries, a lot of electronics. So I guess what are some of the challenges, particularly now when we already have supply chain issues with less complex products?
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges sort of relocating that to Northeast Ohio?
I think some of the things that we're seeing that's already happening across the state is just like Intel and the microchip investment that they've made being in Columbus. We're just so uniquely positioned between Columbus, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh, and that's why this has always been a logistics hub anyways. And so if you look at that capability, and then you look at the other things that are coming on board to more Americanize this process, as in Lithium Valley or in outside of Los Angeles, they're starting to mine lithium. There's lithium in Minnesota. There's lithium in North Carolina. And so we can really find ways that this can be an industry that is for America, by America, and American-made products. You know, one of the things that I always find funny is just like Tesla. You know, that's an American car company. Like everybody's like, oh, this must be some foreign car company. It's like, no, that's an American car company.
People think it's foreign?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. A lot of people are just like, oh, because it's weird.
Because it's named after Nikola Tesla?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't
but
know.
that's like people don't include Tesla in the conversation with Ford and GM of being American, even though
that's true.
90% of Tesla is made in America.
I guess let's talk about locally. What are some of the things that you're seeing popping up to support this growing industry, sort of around Ultium and what's going on at Lordstown Motors also?
Yeah, well, we're really fortunate. Brite and our facility in downtown Warren, Ultium does a lot of their training in our facility. So it's very cool just being in downtown Warren and having 100 people walking around downtown and being engaged in the community and getting lunch at Weston, Maine, or getting coffee at Nova. Two of my favorite things to do because I work in downtown Warren.
Right.
But I think what we're seeing emerge is a very meaningful partnership between economic development entities. And so the work that the Chamber is doing with attraction of these large investments that can go alongside of this and making sure that we're all coordinated in a meaningful way is just absolutely fantastic. Eastgate's done a really good job looking at the different types of federal funding that can come in to supplement this work, and how we can grow and be not just a place that builds things, but a place that creates things to build. And that's really what I want to see the Mahoning Valley be. That's why I came back home. That's why I brought my kids here. It's because I want to be a place that creates the things to build.
And that kind of goes into we talked a little bit about it with Shay, and you got your chamber plug in there.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Woo!
So we talked a little bit about it, the Build Back Better Challenge funding that you received. You received phase 1 funding.
Yep.
And phase 2, I believe, if it's awarded, would include money for an $8 million battery research center. Could you tell us a little bit about that effort, where maybe that's going to be located and what that's going to look like should it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're really, really excited about this. So it's a construction project, and one of the big things that's important to the EDA is rehabbing an old building. And so they don't want to see new construction. But one of the things that's so cool about Warren is the opportunity. And so as we look at the BDM property, or the old RG Steel property, as being one of the largest contiguous developable sites in the state of Ohio, we really wanted to make this project be kind of a crown jewel of that corridor. So the old RG Steel headquarters is owned by a partner organization of ours, Megajoule Ventures. And so we are looking at going into a joint venture with them to be able to rehab this facility, to sit at the top of that corridor and be a welcoming building into what all of that future development is. In my eyes, I see Tom Gallagher from Ultium and talking to some of his suppliers and saying, standing in the corner office of that building, saying, hey, this is a great place to locate because the city of Warren and Trumbull County and Mahoning County are all behind you to make this happen. And we have a great research center here that pushes our products forward faster.
For somebody who may not know, or just somebody who's interested, tell us a little bit about what is going on at Brite, what your main focus is, and could you tell us a little bit about some of your portfolio companies?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, I want to say I did notice the YBI green back here, and I think you need some bright orange over here.
We'll get some bright orange in there. Yeah. So this was completely unintentional. It's the only shade of green they had, Rick.
With that
it's supposed to be Business Journal green.
I love YBI and I love the Business Journal. So either way, I think it's cool. But adding a splash of orange in here would make it cooler.
We're there.
So Brite is the only energy incubator in the state of Ohio, and my wife still asks, "What the heck does that mean?" So we help early stage. we help people with ideas. In the energy space, so whether that's a new battery technology, whether that's energy efficiency, whether that is the next electric vehicle, we help them, no matter where they are in the state of Ohio, bring that idea to market, to something that they can actually sell. And so we help them kind of from the beginning of that process to the end of that process.
Sure.
We do it in a couple ways. The main way is mentorship. So we have some of the best entrepreneurs and residents in the country that engage with our companies and help them along the way, set up milestones, set up a pathway for them to be successful. The other thing we do that's really, really important is we actually already have a small research facility for battery testing and IoT testing, so sensor testing as well. And right now we actually have a grant in partnership with Mahoning Valley Manufacturing Coalition on being able to utilize that lab space for companies that are associated with the Manufacturers Coalition. So it's a really cool opportunity and really cool partnership that we have with them. Beyond that, we're doing a lot of cool stuff in the hydrogen ecosystem as well. And so from that standpoint, there's companies across the state. We have one in Southern California as well. Just looking at the hydrogen economy. I don't know if you know that there's actually still a battle going on between like batteries and hydrogen fuel cells.
No.
As far as electric vehicles.
The battery wars? I had no idea.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Look it up, man.
Yeah.
It's exciting. We should do an epic rap battle of hydrogen versus
Right.
lithium-ion batteries. But yeah, so.
What did I just agree to do?
Yeah,
Wait.
we're doing an epic rap battle, hydrogen versus lithium.
I got it. Okay.
It's fine.
That's
it's fine.
Whatever. You
It's
just
fine.
tell me which one I am, and I'm there.
Yeah. You can be Tesla.
Good. I got a vowel at the end of my last name. I'll be the Italian guy.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Perfect.
You got it.
I think he's actually Serbian. But anyways.
Is he? We really proud of that guy. We just lost one of the team. Okay.
All good.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, so there's a lot of companies in the hydrogen space that are doing really interesting things. Because one of the things that's a downside of battery technology for mobility is looking at kind of the larger trucks. Batteries tend to weigh a lot.
Right.
We're working on that technology every day. But a hydrogen fuel cell system is just putting hydrogen into your car just like you would pump gas, except for it's clean. And one of the most abundant things that are out there.
Very good.
And so that's an alternative.
Safer than when they tried it with the Hindenburg.
That's what everybody says.
Right.
It is, it is much safer than that.
Good.
It is much safer than that.
Awesome.
But yeah, no, we have a ton of companies right now. So right now, our snapshot is we have about 53 companies across the state and in Appalachia that are all working towards really cool, innovative energy technology solutions. So yeah, it's a new year for Brite. I think this is going to be a bright new year.
Well, Rick, thank you very much for being here.
Yeah, and thanks for having me.
You can read more on this topic in our Growth Report 2022, which is available in print or online. Click subscribe at businessjournaldaily.com to see our plans and choose the one that's right for you.
717 Credit Union. Business services designed to meet your daily needs. Commercial loans, business deposits, merchant and payroll services. 717 Credit Union. It's knowing you were treated right every time.